Yo, what up? It's been a while. I don't really have an excuse besides, school got back up again, so that's been taking up a bunch of my time. And also, I have been exceedingly, lazy. But today, I think I have something at least mildly interesting to show. And we're gonna preface that by saying, have you ever ran into something that the internet has apparently forgotten about or never heard of? It's one of those things where, like, you go to Google, you type in the name of the product or whatever, and you just cannot find anything about it. It's like no traces of it anywhere left on the entire internet. And you start to wonder if you have the only one of them left in existence. That's what we're covering today, or at least an example of one such thing. Hang on. Oh, shit. Hang on a second. This fucking thing. I don't know how well you can read the label, so we're gonna go handheld mode for a moment. This is a Digital Instruments DI-939/E digital recording system. It's a PC, except right off the bat it has some weird stuff. Like, it has a magneto-optical drive in it. That's fucking wild. And it had two of them, but I took one out to put a CD-ROM in it, and I also had to replace the floppy drive. But it had two magneto-optical drives, and it was designed for recording, I believe, recording phone calls. If we turn it around, you can maybe kind of see. We're gonna go handheld again, hang on. You can kind of see that it has a whole bunch of what look like phone jacks. And these look like serial ports. And then this has a PS2 keyboard mount, PS2 keyboard port, VGA, and mislabeled Ethernet as VGA. And it's a AT style power supply with a nice big power switch on it. Now, why aren't I more confident in what this thing does? Because, well, I took the original hard drive out of here because I wanted to get an image of it at some point, and I also wanted to run like a different OS on here, so I just put like Windows on here or something. But the original drive ran OS2 Warp 3, and it, as far as I could tell, was running completely custom proprietary software that there's no copies of anywhere else. No hits on the retro web, like nothing on Internet Archive. I found the backup of their website, which did also contain a like marketing brochure, which contained a bunch of really cool information. I'll probably put a picture of that up there. But no restore disks, no driver downloads or anything. So if that hard drive dies, the software on here is gone. The original software for this thing is gone forever. So I want to get an image of that. But for right now, I put a different hard drive in it. But that's not what you're here to see. That's not all I want to just talk about. Oh, God. I mentioned this thing weighs like 1,000,001 pounds. What we're actually going to do first is we are going to open it. And to do that, there are 4 screws on the side. So, unscrewed. Then once you've undone the 4 screws on the outside, this giant metal plate just lifts right off, revealing more screws. There's here, and also there. There's more screws. So I'm gonna pause the tape, go finish unscrewing this nightmare, and we'll be right back. Alright, I have taken all the screws out, and I might sound kind of muffled because the inside of this is like kind of gross and dusty, and I haven't gotten a chance to clean it. So I put on a mask so I don't fucking die. Anyway, so once you've undone all the screws, this panel also comes right off, revealing the inside. As an aside, we're gonna rotate this. Oh god! It still weighs like a million billion tons. This bar comes right out, so we're gonna lift that out too. Now, things of interest here, we have these 4 cards, which are all of the voice processor cards. And then in the back, we have, I don't actually know what that is. What is this? Anyway, we have our voice recorder cards. And then right here, we have the SBC, which has a Pentium 133, Pentium MMX 233, 92 megabytes of RAM, built-in SCSI controller, which is cool. And then 2 IDE, floppy, and some other crap. I would take the card out, but it's on an ISA backplane, and I don't want to have to deal with unscrewing that right now. So I'll put up a picture of the card, and then also I'll put up a picture of the front one of these. They're, as far as I know, completely proprietary, and they're so proprietary that there's no Linux drivers. Like, the Linux kernel has, or nobody who's ever worked on Linux has never heard of this. There's no hits for it on Google, and yeah, so if that hard drive with the OS2 Warp install dies, the only driver that ever existed, and probably will exist for those cards, is gone. So yeah, at some point, I'm gonna get an image of that drive and try and figure out how to demo this thing. But right now, it's just boring Windows 2000. But that's about all I'm gonna show on the inside of here, because it was a fucking nightmare to rework all this. The floppy cable had gone bad. I had to find a second IDE cable with the middle pin. The middle pin normally has like a block in it, but the middle pin on this connector has that pin, so you need to find a cable that is long enough and doesn't have that pin blocked. So I think I used a cable that came out of my original Xbox that I broke one of the connectors off of. But yeah, so that's the inside of this. You can't see down there, but I put a quantum fireball inside and replaced the clock battery. Basically nothing else about this has changed. So I'm gonna put this back together, and then we're gonna plug it in and show you what it does running Windows 2000, which is not much. Alright, we're back. I have plugged everything in. Did I monitor turn off? Yeah, okay. I plugged everything in, and for this occasion, I got a fucking cereal mouse. Ugh, gross. Anyway, so I've plugged everything in. Now it's time to turn on the computer. So I have to hit the power switch, which is this. And off it goes. Let me zoom in a little bit. As you can see, Pentium MMX CPU at 233 MHz on a board called SBC8155. And despite the fact that this thing has a Pentium MMX in it, a lot of the manufacture dates on stuff inside say this was built in 2000. So they were selling this like ancient hardware in 2000, and the earliest mention I found of it on their webpage from the archives was 1998. So very late for Pentium MMX, I think. But I guess it doesn't really have to do that much. And also they gotta run OS2, so they need older hardware. Yo, it's me while I'm editing this video. I wanted to get a picture of the Dynamic Instruments website to put in here because I was browsing it last night and they were still listing this like 1998 piece of hardware for sale in their like 2005 version of their webpage, but somebody's still DDoSing archive.org, so I literally can't go get the picture. So I apologize about that. I just wanted to splice this segment in here to explain that point. But yeah, they were selling this like really late based on that hardware that's inside of it. Anyway, this is just gonna take a moment. Yep, there's Windows 2000. Like I said, I wanted to see if I could get the cards to run on a different OS, so I installed Windows 2000, because Windows 2000's minimum system requirements, I think, say like 16 megabytes of RAM minimum, 64 recommended, and we have 96, and that fits comfortably in how much RAM this has. And also, I believe XP needs more RAM as well, which I don't really have any of, because it's like, it takes EDO RAM, or just Sims, which I don't have a lot of, and most of them are in my Pentium, my non-MMX Pentium 133 that I did another video on a while ago. Alright, so, if we log in, despite the fact that this claims to have built-in speaker output, the Windows has no fucking idea what to do with this thing's sound card. Like, it just has no fucking idea. So if we run device management, or device manager, come on. Alright, here's device manager. I'm gonna zoom in on that just a little bit. Hang on. Alright, there we go. You can see we have the SCSI controller. We have no sound devices. We have a Cirrus Logic 5446 compatible display adapter. We have our Mo disk, and it's a SCSI device. Here's our Quantum Fireball. We have 2 communications ports, a network adapter. I don't know what communications port, if this is like something else, but I know one of these has the mouse connected to it. But if you look in system devices, there's nothing here, like not even any unknown devices for those weird digital instruments cards. So as far as I can tell, there's no way to use these cards on anything besides OS2 with that weird ass driver, unless it's like posing as a COM port, but I kind of doubt that it's posing as a COM port. Yeah, so the mouse is on COM 1, and I think there was another serial port for COM 2. But yeah, so I guess the only other thing I can really show is I could go get one of the Mo discs and put it into the drive and show you what that's like. So, since the computer came with 2 Mo drives, we got 2 4.1 gigabyte Mo discs. As you can see, it's pretty big, looks like a cartridge. So we're gonna go handheld mode. And there's the Mo drive. Here is the Mo disc. Just kind of put it in. Hopefully this is the disc that works, because one of these discs does not work at all. We're going to put this back on the tripod. This might be the one that doesn't actually work. Oh no, that's going to be fun to get out of there later. Let's see. Open. Yeah, okay, this is the one that doesn't work. God damn it. Well, either way, it would just show up as like a 2 gigabyte thing to Windows. So, it's not that interesting, it's just like a USB stick. But that's pretty much all I can really show about this system. Because like I said, there's no drivers for those weird voice processor cards, so I can't do anything with them. Windows doesn't even see them, because there's no, like, unknown devices. So at some point, I guess I'll have to get the OS2 install working. But that's about all I got. Sorry if this video sucked. I just wanted to document that, wow, that's way brighter. That this thing exists, and I own one. So, thanks for watching. Don't know when I'm gonna get out another video, but yeah, see you later.